Hey, what's up guys, it's Muck on Tech, and today we're going to be doing kind of a weirder video. This one's not normal, like not the norm, but we'll try this anyways. We're going to do a mixer setup video kind of, because I haven't seen people really show off how they use their mixers for at least my specific task, so I wanted to make my own. Now, I might not be doing everything right, like I know some people say red is right, but in my experience, gray is right and red is left, so don't roast me. Now, also, everything in this video I've taught myself except for the use of my USB sound card. That I needed a little bit of help on, and also using this FXSend function right here. But everything besides that, I've pretty much taught myself or have gotten very light, like small amounts of help from my music teachers at school. So let's hop right into this. Okay, so let's hop right into what I'm gonna show you guys. Line 1 right here is my big MXL 770 microphone with pop filter, with pop covers, sorry, I've gotten off Amazon. Channel 2 here is the Samsung UX something, I don't remember. It's a U something 101A or whatever. This is not my microphone, this is Sean's, or Kent9130 for my other channel. He bought this microphone to hook into my mixer, that way when he comes over we have very sexy audio. So kind of how it works is, if I turn this mic on, and then cut this mic down, you can kind of hear me. I'm talking into the back here. You can hear me on this microphone. This is my microphone. But what's cool is if I cut this one on, it adds a little bit more echo, but I can switch to whichever microphone I want, so that makes it really useful. Okay, so level 3 or 4, by the way, excuse my cable management and my weird arm movements. Line 3 or 4 is my laptop, which I normally have right here, but because it didn't look very nice in the video, I took it out. So that's why this cable's here, it's the charger. So this just plugs into it, and then I can run like a podcast or something through my mixer. That way I can change channel 5 and 6, which is my desktop. I can change the EQs when I'm playing like Call of Duty or something, the sound horror. I normally crank the highs up because that's where the footsteps are, and I crank the bass a little bit to hear like gunshots, I guess, better. And I leave the mids that are around like here. I don't know what to do with the mids. Okay, so let's hop, before I get into the complicated stuff, this is my main out, which goes into my desktop. And I have kind of a weird splitter setup here. Let me try and show you guys. You can see those white cables I have there are Monoprice headphone splitters. Now, I use those to, well, split the audio going in and out of my computer. So the microphone in, I split off to go to my speakers, so you guys are gonna hear a horrible noise, but if I turn them on, that scared the shit out of me. But yeah, so I can hear what everything else hears. So here's where I feel sets my mic setup apart. You can see right behind that speaker is this Behringer USB sound card. Now this thing's something, a little special piece of kit that I'm gonna be showing off in an upcoming video. Stay subscribed for that. It uses the, here, let me see if I can get my camera in there better. I'll probably get some nice B-roll of this, but this little thing coming out here is FXSend. So it's a 1/4 inch going out, adapted to an 1/8 inch, which goes to an RCA into the USB sound card. That just plugs into a USB 2.0 port. Now what's cool is, I bought that so I can, here, let me fix the camera. I bought that so when I'm Skyping with people and I'm streaming or something, or even just not, I don't have to turn my computers down and then do this weird ghetto headphone splitter thing where I split the headphone out into another splitter going into the headphone out of my mixer. That way I can hear the computer, but they can't hear the computer because it's all local within the headphone, and the headphone isn't an input. But the reason why I didn't stick with that is because it was really ghetto, and if I turned any sounds up moderately high, the people in the Skype call could hear it for whatever reason. It was this weird leaking that my headphones weren't leaking. It's really weird, but also I lost the control of physical knobs. and that bugged me because I couldn't bass boost my music or whatever, because I like it around there, nice and bassy. This makes it so if I turn the FX send down, so this is where everything showed up by default. I didn't know what they did, so I thought that looks kind of dumb like that. Let me just point it up straight with everything else. And that was a good idea, I guess, because it looked prettier, but bad. So if I turn these off, that makes it so these two channels don't FX send into the USB capture card, the USB sound card that you can see right in the top of the frame. So this controls the volume that they hear through that sound card, which I set Skype to have as the automatic, sound input. And that makes it so if I have this like this, they can hear the sound as I want it to be, like how I control it with levels here. Off, slowly back on. And I like to keep it around here because that's where I found work. And the gain, if I slowly turn it off, you can see this pan thing here. I'll cut this down so there's no rip headphone users. But as I slowly turn this up, see? Clipping. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Now my ears kind of feel weird, so I'm not sure if the audio is gonna be just as good, but this is my headphone switch, and yeah. Now this XLR cable is only here when I'm using Sean's microphone, but yeah. Also, the cans I'm using are Audio-Technica ATH M50X's with special velour earpads, which are so nice. And yeah, also we'll go into the things I don't understand. I don't understand what this 2TR to control room is, and I don't know what this 2TR to mix is. The 2-track? I know it's an extra output that I've used before, but I'm not quite sure what to do, and I don't know what this aux return is. I'm assuming that it's a stereo aux return that you use with the when you use the FXN into a vocal processor. I guess this controls the amount that's coming back into it through the stereo aux return, but I'm not sure. I've never used it and I don't have a need to. Also, this is the phantom power, which is 48 volts, and that's what powers these microphones because they need external power. And yeah, I guess the only real things I guess this is also turning it into kind of a review of this. I like this thing. It has amazing metal build quality. Like, this thing can take a fucking beating. But I wanted the volume sliders instead of these knobs because I feel like the volume sliders are just more convenient than twisting a knob. First world problems. I gotta move my fingers like this instead of like this. But yeah, also I can kind of trip you out. I'm in your right ear. I'm in your left ear. And yeah, also. Here's another dumb thing I do, which I find funny. I do like that. Like that. This is your captain speaking. Over. So I also have the mixer set up kind of like this, which the mids are my computer sounds you can hear. So if I turn the mids down a little bit, sure, it makes me sound a little worse, but you can't hear my computer, which is right on my desk, like 2 feet away from my microphone. So I'm starting to ramble a little bit, so let's cut this video short. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.